there's your Facebook, YouTube, but they got the loft all painted up, spackled, sprayed. Now they're going to do the trimming of the green, have an immaculate color. And this is Parkside Office 202, and you can't miss it. They have the immaculate paint just spackled on the loft. The loft has the spray paint, so the green trimming on the top. It's gonna be immaculate, almost tip-top shape. Got the paint and it sticks out on Beach Street. Now, get a little familiar with the summary statement. Summary statement on post-exams and post-conclusion. The post-quarterly is what we learned today. Base and locksmith, what we learned. The summary statement, post-exam, post-conclusion. How a central bank executes monetary policy. Explanations. Just got off the phone with Jennifer at the Ephrata prosecutor of district court, municipal court, superior court, and also whatnot, the explanatories of 411 South Boston Police Station, where I'm just calling the police and dispatch state patrol because my laptop's broke and police report needs to be filled out so the insurance company can open up a claim so I can pay for another laptop since I pay for insurance. So there's a bunch of dogs everywhere at the 24-hour fitness. 3 different dogs. And the coordinations, and I called the police department because my laptop's broke and I need police report. So experience and the 24-hour fitness key has been returned back to City Hall and turned back into the police station for 11 South Boston. Haven't been there for 4 years. Effectively over 4 years. Haven't been there for 4 years. And then I have a membership at the museum, and also I got about $3,000 worth of merchandise. Rocks, baby rocks, rings, wedding rings, knickknacks, mugs, pastry, and potteries. Some pastry, bought some pastries. I always eat pastries. I buy pastries for mom, grandfather, and grandfather. Grandfather Jim Logan, and grandfather Kandar, Grandma Deep, Kandar, Mumu, Ganja, Avak, and then Vok, and the Vok has administration office. There's Abby, Avak, there's Mumu, there's Ganja, there's Eric, there's Baron. Anyways, all the Trumps. Oh yeah, Donald Trump. Don't forget Donald Trump. You take his hair off. He has hair. We don't have hair. You know, I got his wig. It's a wig that covers his head. I got his wig. I took his wig and took a picture of it. All these people were going, "What's that? What's that?" It's Donald Trump's wig. Do you know Donald Trump, by the way? Do you know Donald Trump? DONALD. Trump. TURMP. That's Ajmer Singh Nijjar. SANIGH Nijjar. NIJJ. They're all eating at the Taco Del Mar Supersonic Burritos over on Arrowhead in Kennewick, Washington at Home Depot. Yeah, I built them. Anyways, there's Donald Trump and Ajmer, and they're eating Taco Bell, and they're talking. You know, he wants to know who I'm talking to, and he wants to know who I'm talking to, and who's that, who's this, who's that. Anyways, I had a wig on. I put a wig on. I'm over at the administration office, and it's Donald Trump. I don't talk about anything to anybody about anything. But Ajmer Singh, Ajmer, AJMER, Singh, SANGH, Nijjar, NAJJAR, and DONAL, Donald Trump, TURMP. Anyways, make a long story. I had a wig. I got a wig on, and it was Donald Trump's wig, and they're like, "What's that? Who's that? What is your business? What do you need, sir? What do you need, sir? Did you need something, sir? Did you need some?" There's Amanda Cepeda is right here. Amanda Cepeda, let me introduce you to these individuals here. Any distress, distraught, or any minute or drug, alcohol content, or drug paraphernalia, or methamphetamine, or marijuana content, or any meth or cocaine substances in their blood, not urine, I want blood. 4 days a month. No, not knowing when, no knowing where. Knock, come on your door, take blood from your arm, put in a vial, and test it. Anyways, it was a wig, so. And he's aiming tacos, even though it's the president of India, and that's president of the United States of America, that's Donald Trump. So what have you. Anyways, I was remodeling City Hall at 500 East Main Street, Othello, Washington. Remodeling, landscaping, concrete, new driveway, gateway, putting a new gate, by the gate, pull the gate, and that's consolidated garbage here in Moses Lake, and putting posts and sloping the gravel, inching away, making sure it gets whacked and paved, and of course, bulldozed and rolled on and cleaved on and shooken and vibrated equally and sloped at the stake of the stake sloped at that slope duration into the drain, so it goes into the drain so it don't bleeds out and it holds up its warranty. Anyways, yeah, it was a wig, and they're all asking what that is. Ajmer Singh Nijjar owns Banquet Barela Restaurant Bar, Cimaron 5 Sunset Acres, and that's a D9, D6, John Deere, the owners of John Deere, Bruce and the owners of John Deere Evergreen Bean, John Deere Evergreen Bean on First Street, owners of Olson Properties, owners of Pro Build, the owners of that whole block, Jim Logan, the owners of all that strip malls and the malls from 24-Hour Fitness, Laundromat, and then Studio 7, all that. And then the insurance company called Safeco, now called 24-Hour Fitness. Sears, that building, that 24-Hour Fitness Sears building, used to be, and now called Nels. All that used to be Safeco Insurance Company. Now it's called 1344 Base Insurance Company. Now, and that's a wig, so have it. They're sitting there talking, so they're having their deliberations, like who's this, who's that, and what that is. So it's kind of, I think it's funny. They're sitting there talking, 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 SHIT. And then abrogating their, teaching their standards of takedown procedures is, I think it's kind of funny. Baron comes to the door, Avak comes to the door, Mumagandra comes to the door, Milana comes to the door, and also Baron comes to the door, and then Tiffany comes in, and then Abby comes to the door. Whatever, you know. It's a wig. And he does wear a wig, so. And they took a photo of it, and it's all good. So anyways, Jim Logan and the administration, you know, I don't talk much about anything, and sitting there doing my studies and doing my brush-ups. So this is a summary statement, post-exam, post-conclusion. 15.3, how the central bank executes monetary policy. Explains the reasons for market operations. Evaluate reserve requirements and discount rates. Interpret and show bank activity through balance sheets. Open market operations. Open market operations. Operations take place when the central bank sells or buys the U.S. Treasury bonds in order to influence the quantity of bank reserve. Let's talk about the $35 million in my account. I have $35 million in my account. That post-distraught, anything in that account appreciates. But the thing is, if it comes into a hole or a stall or a sit or whatever the case might be, I already walked into the bank and gave him my driver's license, and I'm Felix Barela. My social security number is around my neck, my farm bill is around my neck, driver's license, CDL, chauffeur license, fingerprints, enhancements, finger swipes, identifications on my neck. Now, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, how in or out of labor force? You be in the fields, you be working in the fields, you be in lookier fields. Liquor containment fields, hammer mills. Let's go San Luis Obispo Diablo Canyon. Liquor fields, moving liquor material into containers. by hand, by manual, by robotic, and by remote. These hidden employment labor force participation rate established payroll survey. Unemployment data collected patterns of unemployment, breaking down unemployment. That'd be at WorkSource. WorkSource records from 411 South Boston Police Station. Any unemployments, and they don't allow unemployment. Anybody on unemployment is not acceptable anymore. The only time you should be there is when you have to find and sign something to get continuance on the theory of an insider-outsider model, relative wave coordinator argument, because that's all they do is argue. And that's proven fact, actually. Proven fact. So Ajmer and Donton, Mumunganja, and the annual salary of quantity demanded. I'll demonstrate. I'll eat this taco. I'll eat this Wendy burger. I'll eat this Burger King and demonstrate. I will show you the triple patty, or the double patty, or the double whopper, or the long fry, conga fry, or the tater tot fry from Zips, or the zucchini from Carl's Jr., or the gem mushroom from Zips, or what about the P.F. Chang's steak fries, wedges from Lamb Weston, or washed potato, or McCain's, where the opportunity of the derived root is rooted from the ground and processed and shipped to finalist product on a hot savory plate to your sibling or immediate family member. So I'm here and Donald Trump, and they're back talking and whatever. I'll put him back in the mansion area and put him in the penthouse suite, presidential suite, and just let him talk, because I got your wig. It's my wig, and no one believe me, it's a wig, and it's Donald Trump does wear a wig. He does wear a wig. As you can see, the pigmentations of the photographs of my wig covers my face, and totally the circumference of my hair growth and the tolerance level of the shifty winds from north, east, west, south, and northwest territories here in Washington State. Now, back to the annual salary quality demand. Quality supplied, results, shifts, labor supplied, numbers of folks required, education, government policy. Oh, don't forget McDonald's. The demand for demands of French fries, and curly fries. Government policy in the slaughter floor, of course, Nebraska, Texas, and Pasco, Washington. And remember, the demand for policy. Government policies for four-step process. Control factor in labor, market living wage and wage, demand and supply in financial markets, equilibrium in financial markets, the United States power, and the United States browser, Microsoft 365 business, and import-export. Home. This is adjectives and adverbs. We must travel a little, which would be further. Be further before stopping for the night. Further before stopping in Air Force One. Or, of course, number one, Marine One, Air Force One, or the Chinook, or the Black Hawk when you show up at International Airport. Donald Trump and Linda wandering the back entrance in International Airport, trying to wander off and try to manipulate and argue and bicker with my wig. As you can see, I had a wig on. I was going approximately 20 miles, 14 miles an hour down I-90 and 1726, and of course Newport Harbor, Canada, and took the plow and just plowed all the snow all the way to Othello, all the way to Andy Miller's office, 7112 West Okanagan Place, Kennewick, Washington, from Spokane, Canada, Spokane to 7112 West Okanagan Place, and International Airport, of course. And that's Andy Miller at CO, Benton, Washington, U.S. Benton is BENTON, Washington.WA.US, United States, 509-735-3599. Now, adjectives and adverbs. We must travel a little. A, further. B, further before stopping for the night. Danville Hotel, Marriott, and also Trump Towers. They have steak, ribeye, and don't forget, roast beef. 15-inch roast beef, 10-inch roast beef, 7-inch tri-tip, 10-inch rib loin, or pork chops. Non-boneless pork chops or with bones pork chops. Boneless is very good. Tri-tip, and also a mixture of loins. Supply and demand. Employees of the REI felt a good received supply of demand of some quantity demands. So we have some backlashes on that. We got baby boomers. There's Mumunganja, of course, Avak, and she suffered these consequences, and she suffered, as you can tell. And there's a new makeover, as you can tell, like that beautiful paint on Beach Street. We got beachfront property, the San Luis Obispo beachfront property, and Oceano, Isle Beach, Morro Bay, and also the Diablo, which we have a beach, and there's, which is a billionaire sectors, and the railroad system that comes through San Luis Obispo and drops in ports of downtown San Luis Obispo. And those areas are billionaires, millionaire sectors. And there's a baby boomers in the United States that will affect and demand for the mills. Introduction to labor and financial markets. Strawberry Fest, Nebraska, Alfalfa Fest, and also Apple Fest, Washington, and also Strawberry Fest is very popular, Alfalfa Fest, and also the wineries in San Luis Obispo, and that's the whole state of California, actually. Introduction to the labor and financial markets, the demand and supply of work and labor markets, predicts shifts in demand and supply curves of the labor market, explains the impact of the technology, the price of the floor minimum price. Let's go 1x1s, 2x2s, walls, floors, concrete flooring, rebar, concrete pouring, and retaining walls, laying brick, masonry brick, layrite brick, regular brick, rate brick, chimney brick, or just lay down 2x4s, framing, concrete, repour, plumb blob, electrical units, components, conduits, and systems. Just what the legalities are coming down to. Exercising cost leads to exercising prices. Shifts in demands and supply versus moments along demands of supply. Principles and, how would you say, microsize? And this would be laws and government and acts and regulating price and ceilings. Consumer demands and outnumber supplies of consumers who are also potential voters, sometimes unite, behave beyond the point of sometimes unite. Rent, control, become hot, and evaluate. Some device projects, price, ceilings, price, and floors. Change supplies, demand supplies, efficiency, reduce social supplies from the price. I'll never forget Donald Trump. I'll put, as Bill Gates at 1835 73rd Avenue in Seattle, Washington. You got to take, it's 7 miles away from WorkSource, downtown WorkSource. But I put that wig on and I pull up on Bill Gates, a snooper. You snooper, Bill Gates, you snoopers. Mumunganja goes, Snooper is here, snoopers here. So you put that wig on, and then I'm walking down, snooper, there's a snooper in there. So anytime someone's in front of your computer or your laptop, it shows up snooper. Demand supply efficiency, reduce social supplies from the price of floor. We do not have enough organic. Organic could be CVC, CHS, SVC, and Othello, Majars, laborers, and field workers. And then there would be McCain's, Lineage, which Columbia Cold Store, and then McCain's, Washington Potato, Lamb Weston, one time called Tater Boy, and also an administration called Charlie Cox, now called Easterday Farms, and Balcamo, still Balcamo. And then the transport, which is the Greyhound Station, Amtrak Station, San Luis Obispo, Granite Station, and that's the central. And the Sunset Acres is the railroad. So that would be Amtrak. That'd be litigations of Amtrak, profit sharing, open field. You got pond, you got awning, you got decking, you got fish, wild game, duck, geese, herons, and then you got fundamental white-tailed deer, and you also got fox, and you got coyote, and you got, of course, smaller legalities of fox, which is a coyote. And then you have the demonstration of crappies, fish, suckers, crappie, bluegills, yellow bellies, channel cat, carp, sucker, and also trout. And they do have trout in there, and rainbow trout actually. And German browns are very big, stocky, and they eat everything inside the pond, literally. Any fish, any bird's legs, any duck's feet, bird's legs, anything, and they get big. And so there'd be reduced of social surplus from the price floor. Back to flooring, you know, we can have enough organic. Debate it, argue. Demand curve, law of demand, law of supply, law of demand, normal good, price ceiling, price control, shortage, shift in demand, supply curve, supply schedule. Now, there is a appropriate value of definite integral. And this is a rundown on a student project on the Laplace transformers on integrated disconnect integrated math. It's accounting. And they have strategies of integrations, the table of integrals, and solve integration problems. They got the 3.51 use a table of integrals and solve integration problems. The 3.52 use a computer algebra system, CAS, to solve integration problems. The 3.61, 3.62, the 3.63, the 3.64, 3.65. Approximate value of the definite integral by using the mid-not trapezoid rule, different absolute of relative, of using the integration. This is a technique that is used and recognized in a midpoint and part of a therapy process of your integral, if you know what your steps are. There's a hollow mental frame. Now you're hollow, you're about as hollow as you get, and your head is about as hollow as metal frames, and you're about as slow as a 10-year-old itch, and your 50-yard dash is 3.2, 3.0, and that's as slow as a sloth. Your bench press is 405, and squat rack is only 905. That's pretty slow. Estimate on numeric excellence for joints. Now when you get on the field, you start moving hollow metal frames, door and window security counts. You start moving sealants for joints, asymmetric sealants, skylight construction. You start moving skylight types. You start moving skylight designs. You start moving plaza, membrane, waste, proofing, waterproofing over occupied spaces. Drainage and allow millions of opportunity to interflate with the membrane. And then you start the plaza buildup on bisogneous membrane waterproofing systems, structural plastics, wood stairs, interior walls, paneling, cabinet details, and hardware, wood joints, and plywood siding, which would be a good example of the loft here in Moses Lake, Washington on B Street. Now you do the green trimming on it, it's going to be in backland, and then the fence. And then any posts. Any opponents covered with concrete, securing as we speak. Now, they're getting glazed metal curtain wall system. Design a glazed metal curtain walls, glazed systems and gaskets, glazed methods and setting blocks. Now, it's a wall. It's going to go around Sunset Acres. It's going to be the biggest wall in the world at Sunset Acres. It's going to cover all areas in Sunset Acres in Othello, Washington. And John Deere, RDO. The owners of John Deere is Bruce and mother, father, and grandfather. Ajmer, AMJ, Nijjar, Singh, SANG, Nijjar. And that's Don Trump, of course, and Moon Ganja Baron, and Moon Ganja Tiffany Baron, Abby, and don't forget Eric. Anyways, it's my wig. You want to take a picture or something? And Snooper, that's Bill Gates. It is Bill Gates, actually. I'm in Seattle for that. I was in Seattle the whole time. You didn't recognize Mr. Bill Gates? that's walking behind me about 3 inches away from my body at all times. He's very sophisticated individual. People like monopolizing situations, you know, taking over. And as you can tell, that's Mirror Donald Trump right there. So, anyways, back to the truth, but nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. When they walk out on Donald Trump in San Francisco, I was the general's daughter. She's about 7 foot tall. She likes volleyball. She likes basketball. She likes powerlifting. She likes the 50-yard dash, long distance run, the bicycle, the bench press, the curl machine, the setup machine. Now she's all muscle. Anyways, they all walked out on Donald Trump, and then they had insurance policy fraudulence and insurance embezzlement, insurance imposters, and they all walked out and they made out on that. And this is another glaze system and gasket makeover, glaze method and setting blocks makeover, plastic glazing, decorative leading, and a stained glass makeover. Think bulletproof glass, think bulletproof administration office, and also stabilizers, which were earthquake stabilizers, bigger earthquake stabilizers. Decorative leading and stained glass, insulated glass, glass types, and glazing assemblies. And they have assembly glass systems that make glass and cut glass and simp glass and set glass, ship glass and process glass and deliver glass all over the world for templates and processing and rebuilding all natural disasters. Insulating glass types, and that's by a diamond. The diamond does cut the glass. Glass types and glazing assemblies. Door thresholds and saddles, evaluator saddles, door exit devices and institution hardware. Door hinges, handle placements, and that's Dormer windows. And those are spacewood windows, shapes and details, awning, and Julius windows. Julius windows. Now we got steel aluminum projecting and Roosevelt windows, steel casement windows, revolving doors, commercial entrances, short front designs, security and detention doors. And you also got access paneled floors, hatches and trenches covers, residential sliding glass doors, style rail window doors, hollow metal door types, and hollow metal frame. We got wood siding, wood trims, construction, split king wood trusses, glued laminated construction connections, glued laminated construction, glued laminated constructors, residential sliding glass doors, steel and rail doors, and we also have fire rated openings, thermal and moisture protection resource, roof cave attic, and crawl space ventilation. We got scoopers, downspouts and gutters, roof and parrot joints, and spiral panel flashing and water table flashing. Oh, not much more. We got fire protection systems. That's a scope, 901.2. Fire protection system, 90.3 modifications, 90.1.4 threads, 901.5 accepting tests, 901.6 supervisor service, 901.6.1 automatic sprinkler systems, 901.6.2 fire alarm systems, exterior walls, odd-haired masonry venter and anchored masonry venters, exterior insulated and finished systems. We got roof assemblies and rooftop structures. We got 1502.1 general, aggregated and blasty built-up roof covering, interligated mechanical equipment screen. We got structure design, allowable stress design, dead loads, and we have materials of construction incorporated into. We got the table of settings accessory width, 12 inches, which is 127.7 millimeters, which is 305 millimeters. which is 1 inch, equals 305 millimeters. 12 feet equals 3,658 millimeters. The table of setting accessory width. Aisles, accessory shells shall plus 1/2 inch, which is 12.7 millimeters. The width of a floor, each additional 1 foot, 305 millimeters, or a fraction 3 or 4 beyond 12 feet, which is 3,658 millimeters, or a fraction therefore beyond 12 feet. 12 feet equals 3,658 millimeters of a accessway measured from the center of the seat farthest. Table 1018.1. Corridor fire resistance rating. Occupancy is H1, H2, H3 / H4, H5 / ABFMSU / R1214 I1 I3. Occupant load served by corridor, all greater than 30 require fire restriction. Fire restrain rating without sprinkler system, with sprinkler system. Now 1015.5, refrigerated rooms or spaces. Rooms or spaces having a floor area larger than 1,000 square feet, 93 meters, containing a regiment squared by 2 meters squared by 2. Refrigerant evaporation maintained at a temperature below 68 Fahrenheit or 20 Celsius. Shall have access to not less than 2 exits or exit access doors. Trademarks, tellers, bank security equipment, vaults, safes, deposit boxes. Requirements are described in detail in manual. Night depositors. Bank requirements. Bank equipment requirement. Standards comply with latest edition and competitor manual for national banks, minimum security devices, and procedures. Higher standards may be specified in construction. A document as follows. Requirements are based on competitors' manual. Number 2, surveillance system generally discusses should be capable of enlarging images of persons and produce a vertical head size. Reasonable silent in operation, taking at least 1 picture every 2 seconds, and operating not less than 3 minutes. Surveillance systems other than walk-up or drive-in or teller station or window. Place and reproduce identical images of person either leaving the bank office in a position to transact business at each station or window. Capable to activate by initialing devices located in each teller station or window. Surveillance system other than walk-up or drive-in or teller station or window. Place and reproduce identical images of persons either leaving the bank of the office or the position and transact business at each such station or window. Are capable of action by initiating device located in each teller station or window. Surveillance system capable of activating by initialing devices located in each teller station or window. Such device may be omitted and be teller efficiently protected by the bullet resistant barrier. However, in the teller invulnerable to larceny or robbery, access a surveillance system should be available. Robbery alarm systems provide the banking officer and which ordinary can within 5 minutes, or alarm activated in other banking 5 minutes. Means of ingress and continuous uninterrupted way of ingress travel from any accessible point in building a public way. Section 1001, Administrative 1001.1, general building or portions therefore shall be provided approved means of ingress for structures and portion therefore. 1001.2, minimum requirements and shall unlawful after building structure in a manner that will reduce a number of exits and capacity of means of ingress in less than required code. 1001.3, maintenance means ingress shall be maintained in accordance an intellectual fire code. Area access way. The portion of exit access lead. Flight can continuous run in rectangle threads, windows, or a combination, therefore, from one of the landing or to another. Occupant leading or loading, section 1004 or 1004.1, design capacity load, primary space, which locate other occupants from the load for the load. 1004, design load, section 1004. This is Parkside offices, right across from beach, the loft. It's beautiful, ain't it? Look at that, beautiful. Updated since trimming.